Hello and welcome to Mobile Gaming News Weekly. We are the gaming on phone team that specializes in bringing the mobile gaming news to your feet at the earliest availability. To start off this week, Square Enix has announced that they are working on a new front mission game titled Front Mission 2089 Borderscape for Android and iOS. The Front Mission series is a popular one emphasizing tactical RPG elements. The game series has produced many spin-offs which have taken place in other genres. And this time, Blackjack Studio and Square Enix are sharing the development duties. No release date timeframe has been announced so far.
Last year, NetEase announced a partnership with 11-bit studios to bring Frostpunk, the famous Society Survival BAFTA-nominated title, to mobile platforms. The game is set in a post-apocalyptic world that is permanently frozen over and will be a true scaled-down version of the original PC and console title. The player's job is to manage the human establishment they build and make sure it flourishes. They'll have to make tough decisions and build up hospitals and museums and other structures to make a return to the old civilized world. Frostpunk Beyond the Ice has now started its early access in Australia, New Zealand and the Philippines for Android. Coming to more news, NetEase Games Global has opened closed beta tests for the new game Project Castle. Project Castle will be available for early access on Android in selected regions. Project Castle by NetEase Games Global is a side-scrolling RPG game. Users will fight fierce battles with enemy bosses to win rewards. They will also get a chance to upgrade the skills of their heroes with the rewards gained by winning battles. It will be safe to assume that the game will be launched by the end of this year, keeping in mind the CBT and early access availability. Moving next, Destiny Girl is a fantasy adventure gacha RPG that tells the narrative of gorgeous huntresses finding a demon dragon. Is now available on mobile in Southeast Asia region. The game's vibrant live 2D characters are incredible, and there are over 100 of them in the game to meet the gamer's fantasy. Each character has their own special abilities, hence, players must understand and cultivate fantasy girls before embarking on a stunning fantasy adventure with them. Moving forward, Just Cause Mobile is having yet another early access after the first early access in Singapore, this time for 4 selected regions with new additions and once again for Android only. This goes for a top-down shoot-'em-up instead of a third-person perspective battle royale experience. That being said though, this update has added a few new things like 30 players triple threat multiplayer action, clan battles and wingsuits, grappling hooks, parachutes and vehicles. The game currently features a co-op campaign, multiplayer with 30-player lobbies, and other content for their players, with more being added as the game gears up for its release sometime this year. Dungeon of Gods, a new mobile RPG letting players enjoy some intense attack action, has been released worldwide on Google Play and the App Store. Dungeon of Gods is a fun game that combines action and roguelike gameplay with a random choice of boosts at the end of each stage, making the gameplay even more immersive for the players. Players will be able to manage their character using only one finger to perform powerful actions such as attack and evasion. Next, a new game called EndCycle vs has now been released for free and is now available on Android and PC. The game is grid battle and mainly features setting up your decks and engaging in combat after that. Inspired by the Battle Network series, the game has a story mode with multiple stories, arcade and roguelike modes. Since the beginning of the alpha test in January this year, Dead 4 Returns has been aggressively pushing for the next phase of closed beta tests before the game's launch. Developed on Unreal Engine 4, Dead 4 Returns is a multiplayer co-op shooter game where players can incorporate highly restored firearms, tactical planning, fast shooting experience and online co-op mode, all under the extremely high graphics quality of Unreal Engine 4. Next up, We Made Entertainment, developers of MIR4 have announced that their upcoming MMORPG title MIRM, Vanguard and Vagabond is now available for pre-registration on mobile devices and will be ready to open in 2022. MIRM is a project based on the Legend of Mir 2, which was released on PC in 2001 and has been a success with over 250,000 players worldwide. Echoes of Mana, Square Enix's upcoming 2D RPG for mobile, is now set to release on the 27th of April, barely a few days away. Announced last year during the 30th anniversary of the Mana series, Echoes of Mana has quickly managed to blast through its pre-registration targets, hitting 1 million pre-registrations. In this game, players will experience a story-driven journey as they work with known characters in the series and new additions to retrieve the legendary Mana Sword. Last but not the least, after a brief hiatus, the land of Leptis will reopen to hunters from all over the world on April 25, 2022, when Torchlight Infinite launches its second mobile closed beta. Following the first playtest, the XD Corporation's development team has been hard at work tweaking and optimizing the game based on players' feedback in order to provide the best action RPG experience.
That wraps it up for this weekly updates. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any future news and updates.